Greetings, everyone. Welcome to a ranked Theros Beyond Death draft. We even have the 5,000 gold today. Thank you for that sub gift, Mama. Even before we went on air today, I got up and I had 4,975 gold, so I was 25 away from the gold entry. I'm like, oh, I'll just play a little mono red aggro until I win one, and then we'll be fine. Well, like 4 games and a bunch of Ryan tilt later, I did get got my stupid gold and my ruined morning. I was being grumpy at Constructed because I ran into like 2 cat oven decks and just like I was like, oh, I'll play through. I can do this. I can play through the cat oven deck, and then like they play, they go through one sacrifice sequence, and I'm like, no, and scooped it up. And then, but I got there, and we got our 25 gold. So we're just have enough resources to get into this event without paying gems. And if you have just enough resources to get to your next level of deck or the next sweet card that you want for your cube or your EDH deck, as we were just talking about Commander, I know Bling is king in Commander. So I want you to check out cardkingdom.com when you're thinking about those types of purchases. Just keep them on your radar. You know, make sure you check out their inventory. A lot of times you're going to go maybe somewhere else and they're not going to have that foil copy of whatever mythic from 12 years ago or whatever. But Card Kingdom is just generally going to have that. And you know, if they don't have it, they're looking for it. Oh, and as someone who has blinged out over long time a vintage cube, you know, they don't have it's amazing how like some cards just end up hard to find. Like I couldn't find a foil. What's the 2 green draw 3 from Planar Chaos? I can't remember the name of it. I'm sure chat will fill me in, but like that, for whatever reason, even though it's an uncommon, it was just one of those cards that I had a very hard time finding. Yeah, Harmonize. Thank you. Foil Harmonize from a near mint Planar Chaos foil Harmonize was very difficult for me to find. And I used Card Kingdom's alert system. So I went into the foil section of that. I put in, let me know when you get it. Because I know if they don't have it, they're looking for it. They're out there. It's on their buy list, and they're trying to actively buy it. So I did that. And then eventually, you know, in a few months, I got the notification that the card had come in. Jumped on it because they're not holding it for me. It's not a reserve thing. It's a let you know when it's available thing. So as soon as I knew it was available, I jumped in there and I got my foil Harmonize. So thank you, Card Kingdom, for that. And just remember, if for some reason they don't have what you're looking for in their inventory, you can put in a little note to be alerted when it is available. So I don't even know what you're trolling about, Robert, but I am telling you all about Card Kingdom, so there you go. And thank you for your support, Card Kingdom. Appreciate it. Check them out via my affiliate link, as always. Let's check out our first pick. Kind of an unplayable mythic, but it is a mythic. It is, it would be 40 gems to take that. We don't have to. I think I'm just going to take Timuret as the strong start here. I like Blessing. We could lean into red too. I wouldn't mind like Blessing and going Nyxborn. This Timuret's the correct pick. I'm just kind of a little bored of the grindy black, but we could take Tim.
There are some who call me Tim.
Yeah, we could take 40 gems. In fact, I just want to call out again, we don't need to take gems. We have plenty of gems. We can play whatever we want on this account. We have no restrictions on what decks or what formats we play because of our resources. So we don't need to prioritize gems in our drafting from this account. But if you are someone who runs out of gems a lot and you can do something like grab a 4x of a mythic and just get 40 straight gems back, you should do that. So I'll take Timmy, but because this is correct, but I'm kind of longing to just abandon correct and follow red down, but we'll see. Another Blessing here could have been fine. Yeah, that's the thing, Robert. It's pretty good. Like you can lean with if there's a blessing in your opening pack, you can take it and probably end up with a fine red deck. The bots just don't take much red. In fact, we could take it here. There's Nyx Herald as well. Nyx Herald goes better with Timmy, but then we end up back towards black-green grindy. Is that okay? I guess it's fine. We just do what's best. But you could, again, make this argument for blessing. Yeah, this wheels sometimes. I guess I'll see what chat wants to do on this one. I'm a little whatever. I can follow Herald to black-green, or we can take the red blessing and back up towards the red. I don't think anything else here is worth taking. The Lampad and Harpy are not good enough black cards to follow this black pick. Nothing about blue is good enough here to pass up a straight removal spell. But this Herald is impactful enough to consider over a removal spell, especially with the Timuret combo. By combo, I just mean black-green. Like, black-green is a reasonable color combo here, and they're both enchantment creatures. I thought I made... Did I screw it up? How did I screw it up this time? Poll 20. Oh, it feels like I did it right. Poll failed, but I'll just look at what you guys wrote. So blessing, 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 okay, blessing. All right. Everybody wanted blessing anyway. Pretty easy to see that. And we get a third one here. So now I kind of want to go back and get that first one. It'd be funny to open a draft on 3 straight blessings. But we'll take 2. We'll take 2 of them. Count Your Blessings could be the deck name. Well, there's Pilgrim too. And Hero is fine, but I don't think you take Hero over a third blessing. My only question is whether you take a Pilgrim over a third blessing, because this is a third blessing plus whatever white you end up with. But we don't know if we are white yet, so we can just take the blessing. If we end up red-white, we're sure wish we had this, but we don't regret having a third blessing. So, yeah, let's just take the solid third blessing choice. And then, yeah, I'm going to lean back into the Wayfarer a little bit here. The blessings plus Wayfarer, obviously good. Training, decent as well. But with what we saw, I think we're going to take Wayfarer and see if any of that red-white wheels. Sometimes that Hero wheels. If that's the case, we're going to be pretty happy to have taken a Wayfarer. Not loving any of this. There's the Rage Hound, though. That works fine with what we're doing. So Escape Velocity is also maybe playable, but not great. I don't think it's... But it is an aura. It is an aura, at least. Oh, Robert, looking to get banned. Ooh. Well, I think we're kind of in the right place. We've got an Impending Doom. We've got an Envoy. Do you want the Doom or the Envoy? I think we just want the Envoy here. Doom is like it's a lot like the Hydra's Growth, except maybe it's better. I think we've talked a lot about the Hydra's Growth. I like Impending Doom better than Hydra's Growth because it gets there right now. And if they take care of the creature, okay, well at least you got maybe 1 or 2 big hits in. But yeah, let's take. That's why exactly the Envoy making the turn 3 blessing possible, like suiting up an Envoy with a blessing on 3 to kill their play is quite powerful. And with 3 blessings, it's not a actually quite a likely sequence. Here we have 3 marginal red creatures in our last fresh pack 1. We're going to see if we wheel that. This is a good sign. Maybe we wheel that hero. But yeah, I like Flicker here. The blessing, triple blessing says go ahead and take the Flicker. We can make it work, especially with the Pious. So we flicker a blessing, deal 4 damage, and trigger a Wayfarer. That's a good combat. All right, we did not get a hero back. Doesn't necessarily mean a bot is in red, white. It just means a bot took that card. But we'll take Portent and probably not play it. The Maze Warden did wheel. as someone called out, this is capable of wheeling. It has... I don't think... This is best of one, and I don't think we're ever going to main deck a Revelers. I'm going to take a risk and just take some Vault Progress. I've never found myself wanting to main deck a Revelers, like, literally ever. Blue is coming around late. Last pick, Escape Velocity, though, is a fine thing to see. Oh, now we're getting some good black, but kind of too late for that angle. Although not much going on here. We've got a Revoke Existence. We could take the black card and just potentially back up into red-black. I really do want to do red-white, given the triple blessing and the possibility of the Envoy. But nothing is so powerful in red or white here that I don't think we I think we should take a red-white card over specking on the intervention. You've never seen it? I think we've seen it on air, Haj. I think we've picked a wheeled hero. But maybe I'm lying to myself. The brain is a tricky beast. Yeah, what would the white pick be? It might be Revoke. I think I would still go with the Chimera. I know it's not amazing in this type of deck, but even a 4-mana 3/3 flyer that then gets a blessing on it, pretty good. Black becomes a little better than red. I don't know about that. With triple blessing, you're gonna have to. That's a lot of work for one black spell to get better than red. But I think the white-red here is lackluster enough that we can at least take the intervention and keep the door open. But already I'm wanting to... Well, there's Mire's Grasp. Okay, now we got a real question, folks. What the heck are we? We can do a Mire's Grasp and stay really split. We could take an Impending Doom to add to our account, but in the same way that I took an Envoy over Doom before, I would probably take an Envoy here again, although it is the type of thing I want to try and wheel. Doom wheels for... Yeah, Doom wheels, Envoy might wheel. Yeah, we do have a portent. We have a like one portent or something, so we could try to set up to do the black and red sack. All right, I'm gonna pull this one. Seems like a critical juncture, although we haven't seen polls working. I'll just eyeball it if the poll's not working. But I like. I want to know if we're on Grasp or Envoy, and I think we're just no matter what expecting the Doom to wheel. So the question is whether we're Envoying or Grasping here, and I'm curious how much people want to look back at the black and keep that door open. Oh, looks like the poll actually worked this time. We sometimes do, Krauser. Sometimes we've ended up in the clearly correct deck, though, that way. All right. We'll go with chat and see how this plays out. Well, now we've got no red cards at all. We've got a decent black 2-drop with the Death Touch. We've got a decent red-white trick in Tactics. We've got the Wayfarer looking to support that. Oh, we are Mardude up here, and I'm not sure where we're going. Stampede Rider, not great. Escape Velocity, not great. Really, it is true that what's great about our red currently continues to be the 3 blessings with not much else. If we want a 2-drop black creature, it's got to be the Triton. The Death Touch and the Self Mill is too useful compared to just the extra token off of the Piper. This is weird. I don't know what we are. Yeah, we might splash the blessings. It's possible. but the black looks better than the white. The red looks like it's all the white is pretty underwhelming, but is the most synergistic. I think that's why I'm clinging to the white a little bit. Like the double Wayfarer is real, but yeah, let's just take the Triton here. There is another impending doom. We could just move in on kind of aggro black red. Black is getting too strong to pass up. Yeah, well, we didn't. And it's still fine. Here's an amulet. You want to take the amulet over the doom? Thing is, with these aggro strategies, I'm really not hoping to splash. I mean, are we really wanting to end up in a black-white splash 3 blessings kind of situation? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Oops, I'm going to bring in playable red to keep our eyes on that. We can consider escape velocity, but that's the thing, right? I wanted to look at it, but are we going to want one wrap no matter what? Maybe, but I also I wouldn't mind a doom. I think I want a doom more than I want a wrap. They do similar things in terms of trying to make you get through in places where you wouldn't be able to otherwise. Another decision point. We have an envoy that's come back or come to us 5th. We might get one 9th. Wasn't there an envoy in the opening pack? If not, shortly after. And I think it keeps us. When we take Agonizing Remorse, that's definitely playable, but it's not very aggro. I'm just gonna take envoy. And continue to be a little confused about where we're going to end up, but we'll find a place to land. This is sad. These two both being here. We'll pick the only thing that really makes sense in that pack for us. We're definitely on Mardu at the very least. We can take Enemy of Enlightenment just to make sure we have something, something that we can close out the game with. And we can take a Sentinel's Eyes. Thrill is a safe playable if we're red. Are we, the crazy part about where we're at is we don't even know what our 2 colors are. I think we're pretty fixed on aggro Hita though, because maybe this could get controlling enough. We don't have much card draw. I worry about if you're going to be a control deck because you have a ton of removal. That's all well and good. But what happens when you run out of your last piece of removal and they play a 3/3 flyer? Like that. It's like, and the way you defeat that with a ton of removal is to make sure you also have a ton of card draw. So if we wanted to think of ourselves as control, I think we would really have to make sure we prioritize those black 3-drop draw 2s. And that, I guess, Thrill in a sense does do that as well. Like we could take Thrill as card draw in a controlling deck, but I also do want some kind of finisher, and I think Thrills come around cheap. Thrills are cheap, and Enemy is uncommon. I can see the argument here, but I'm going to take an uncommon that can finish us a game if we need it. I don't like this card, but sometimes I've played it because, hey, I have an Enemy of Enlightenment and 2 Black Omens. At least I'm going to have a 5/5 flyer at all points in the game, basically, not all points. That's the problem with the card. I'm going to have a 2/2 to 4/4 flyer at most points in the game. Right, it's not good, but it's not the enemy of the world. So, what do we take here? I guess we pivot to blue. No, we take eyes. Maybe that happens still. Pick 9. We did wheel a hero. Take that. Training comes back. Here's another portent. I think we like a Rage Scarred over a Rumbling. All three of these are conceivably playable. I'm having a hard time imagining us. I guess we could end up with it in a weird Mardu control deck that needs an amulet. Yeah, Robert, that's not great to lose to fruit. Any strong opinions here? We did pick up Hero, making the wrap a little better, but it's not like we have any other ones. I guess a wrap then over amulet. I'll take an amulet just in case. We might be desperate. And I can see myself saying I'm so desperate I really wish I had that amulet. I can't see myself saying I'm so desperate I really wish I hadn't passed that wrap. Blue-black rare. Where were you yesterday? Pilgrim. For some white option. Of course, we're like, the white's kind of slipping away from us, and then the easily best card here in the pack is a white card. Just take some gems, I suppose. I'm not against that in principle. Yeah, I've heard that argument, Funky. I don't love the argument. If you're controlling an escapee, sure. Yeah, maybe we just take the Lampad here. Is that just the best pick? If we're done with... But this says we're done with white. Are we done with white? Let's see what that looks like. Ugh, 15. Yeah, we can get playables for this. I'll take the lamp. A final death here is fine. Ugh. Now the white flows. We can take a final flare, and that's also okay. Yeah, again, we have removal for days. I really want to get card draw now. I mean, you take a Physician, but that's not a creature I'm interested in. You take an Arena Trickster, but it's also not a creature I'm really interested in. We'll wheel that. If we want to take that, let's get it on the wheel. I know we need creatures, but I'm not taking that one there. Just no way. We take a Familiar to have a sure playable. I guess I like a Familiar because it wears Impending Doom and Blessing pretty well. And it's a creature. I don't want another Soul Reaper. I don't think we have one of those. Diminishing Returns, and this just wears some of those offensive-minded auras better. Yeah, we have two portents, I think. I'll consider this. Yeah, that's fair. Maybe Rider with Doom is okay. Not a lot of other ways to get 4 power around, which is why I don't love this, and we have one already. I'm going to go for the Flyer to keep mix up our threats. It's not great, I get it, but... Alright, we don't have a wrap yet. I'll take a wrap, but again, we need creatures. Like, I probably don't even want the wrap. Probably just want another creature, even a dumb one like this dude. Not loving the deck again, so taking what we can get here. That's true. Ryder is happy with anything getting doomed. Probably wheel that. And again, it's just, I just don't think wrap is what wrap is. The fun wrap trick is when you got a lot of heroes. And without the ton of heroes, I think it's just another way that you try to get damage through, which you could argue is portent, is doom, you know. So I don't think this is that important. I'll take a creature. I think, if anything, we're going to be wishing that we had taken more creatures, so let's do that. And I guess we can take creature-based removal. Better than a Stampede Rider here. All right. Another Soul Reaper, second Chimera. We're not anywhere near that, but I guess we take a Temple Thief here. Temple Thief in the 2s where we're a little thin, over a 3 where we're a little thicker. Also, second Soul Reaper obviously is just a 2/3. First Soul Reaper does something, second Soul Reaper does nothing. Well, we kind of found the right lane, but doesn't necessarily mean we found a good deck. But I'm going to take another 2. Yeah, the Saga. Maybe I'll take the Saga here. I didn't like it last pack, but I don't know if we are aggro enough. We're doing all this removal control that I don't know if we're actually going to run the Triumph. I'll take a second hero over mediocre 2. I'd rather have Vault Progress than play that fruit. Rider comes back. We get a wrap for free anyway. And hero on the box. 20 gems on the grind. Just gonna do this stuff first. Anybody pick deck box? Oh no, sleeves? Anybody pick sleeves? I don't know. All right, 6 cuts. 17, 12, creature, non-creature. And 11 enchantments for what that's worth. Let me know what you want, Buckeye. We'll take a look. Okay, we're already on the rat. Okay. 17, 12. Aren't we aggro? Doesn't feel like it. Feels like we're more control, but without the card draw, unfortunately. So I'm going to cut Triumph. With 17 creatures, we can actually cut a creature. Maybe the familiar. I think 1 rider. I would rather have 1 familiar, 1 rider, but maybe familiar's one of the next cuts. I think we can get by without escape velocity. And Trickster. Pretty whatever. Do we want both portents? You like bam bam. Oh, Pocket, I don't love this deck either, but we're going to try and make it work. What do we got now? 15-9. Got a Final Flare as the weakest removal we've got. We've got Mire's Grasp, Final Death, Intervention, Bleepus, and 3 Blessings in a Portent Sack situation. We just have the one. We have Soul Reaper and Lampad. So you could argue just cut the Portent and, bring in a dorky dude. Yeah, Flare, I don't really consider that much of a combo with Portent because of the 7 mana requirement in that plan. Maybe we'll start without the Portent plan. We just have, also, this kind of ends up being cute removal, and we're good on removal. Yeah, Soul Reaper has the same issue, right? Exactly. Just so expensive. So really the only realistic one we have, besides super late game, is Vigil, and whatever. Correct, D's. It often is. We might come back to it. I think I'm going to start without it, and then we can revisit later if we want. What do we call Mardu? Mard Doom. Mardon'ts. Yeah, the flare's not bad. I mean, it was the last cut, Mike. But what do you want to do instead? that's the thing. That's the jokes resonator. We were pulled in all. We were at various points in the draft considering all 2-pair combinations of Mardu colors. Yeah, War Leader is a solid sack outlet. We didn't end up with any, of course, so. All right. Undervalue, James, is I don't know how you measure whether or not people are undervaluing that aspect of the card. I try to keep that in mind. Of course, one of the use cases of Portent is I steal your big blocker, attack with it, and win the game. And it's just a very narrow use for the card, so I don't like to put too much stake into that mode of the card because it just doesn't come up all that much. The haste enchantment, it was a late cut, but I feel like we are more control-y than aggro. We might have some aggro curve outs or whatever, but we have so much removal that this feels more controlling than something that cares about escape velocity or Triumph of Anax or in general. A Portent over a Blessing, I just can't. I can't see defending that. I don't know how you defend. I know that, like, yes, Portent has that one mode, but outside of that mode, Blessing is just significantly better than Portent, just miles better than Portent. So I don't like that switch. But let's try this and see how it goes. Mardon'ts and Don'ts is maybe a little better of a name, but a little too spoilery. Alucardio says, why not play the 2/3, though? That was another one of his thoughts. The 2/3, like this over like the Familiar. I like the idea of the Familiar wearing Doom or Blessings. So that's why I'm doing that. Yeah, I might switch it to count your blessings. Since every color has blessings, blessings is very much not a tell. Trickster is definitely our worst creature in the deck. I'll give you that. So we can consider some changes on that front after this game. I wanted to get playing, though. I don't think our deck is perfect right now, but I was done building. We can do a par poll if you're interested. Chunk sees this winning more as aggro than control. Well, then we might lose a lot because I don't think we can really force that. I mean, if it happens to break that way, that's fine, but we're so full of removal that we're likely to get into spots in this event where we can't be aggro because our good-looking hand is actually full of removal, which is all well and good, but is not actually allowing us to like turn the corner and apply pressure. And I'm gonna go with Hero. We can play Hero here and then potentially next turn attack into the Dryad, and if they block, use intervention to kill it. We'll see, though. Let's see. Now we've got to let them have that one so that we can set up next turn to intervention and then block. But they get this one, and they'll get one card at the very least. Oh. Well, Grasp is nice, and the nice thing is that we can Grasp the Horn Beetle next turn, even if Oppo plays something to create 4 power for the Beetle on their turn. We still get to kill the 3/3 next turn, and we still get to work our intervention plan here to try and trade, eat that Dryad. Basically give it -3/-3, make it an 0/2, and block it with 3/2. I'm keeping my cursor over here. I don't even want him to see me hovering over anything. Be it our hand, their cards, my cards. All right. I'm terrible at these heuristics, honestly. Do you block and then do it, or do it and then block? It depends on whether a response from your opponent would make you change your mind about wanting the block or not. So, well, we don't have Grasp, we have Intervention. But let's see if this works. In this case, we want to see if this works, because if it doesn't work, we might not want to block. So first, let's see if it works. It's the right type of spell to not be countered by, like, Deny. There's a couple counter spells in the format that get it, but Deny is not one of them. The common one is not one of them. The pause definitely suggests they got something, but the length of the pause suggests that it's not going to stop this, and that they're trying to figure out how to prevent this from occurring. All right, we did it. Big play for us. And yeah, we could go Berserker, but I'm going to kill the Beetle while the killing's good. We could also take out the Envoy, but we're going to have Enemy and Familiar up in the air. So I'm going to go Grasp here. I feel like maybe they had a Deny, although I don't know if... oh yeah, like can you deny? No, you can't. It wouldn't stop to give you a pause on Deny with a card you couldn't counter. So I'm not sure what they're up to, but we're gonna Grasp the Beetle and see if that works. Mike says Familiar first. What's your thinking, Mike? Get the Familiar countered over the Grasp. Counter bait, sure. Yeah, we'll keep a Blessing. And if it is a goal, I'll trade. We have a Blessing coming, so they can trade for whatever. And if it's a goal, we'll trade for that, and then have a Blessing next turn. Seems fine. What are they up to, do you think? Thirst? That's why. So they didn't want to use Return to Nature on their own Envoy, which is the pause that they experienced when we went for that last turn. All right, well, we don't get to use our Blessing on, because both of our, our creatures have been ripped out from under us, but we get to add to the board with this dude. Unfortunately, no value on the targeting, but it puts us quite ahead on board. Oh, Cardboard Live is not up. Sorry, let me load that. I did a restart overnight. Well, that's a biggie. A big dude. Maybe, actually, in this case, we just go with Soul Reaper and Temple Thief and try to double block Brine Giants. Because they're out of cards. If we can put a nice double block on the ground, find a land, get out the enemy. Enemy should just take over unless they find something right quick. Yeah, or we can do that. Mike is suggesting finishing off with an attack next turn. Kind of 2-for-1s us. I'd like to avoid that if we can. I think it's better to just set up something they can't attack into on the ground and get enemy going in the air. They have open mana, but it's whatever they just drew off the top. I was really hoping to find a land. Yeah, Berserker comes 6/5, and then it trades. Are we okay with that? We just want to kill the Envoy and offer the trade there. That's fine. I'd rather have the enemy wear the Blessing and be swinging in the air, but we can kill the Envoy and ask them if they want to trade. And this is fine for us. We're way ahead on board and with a good hand. Is there an argument for enemy blessing? I mean, enemy blessing is what I wanted. We just didn't have the mana. Lost the land pad, but we got a 5/5 flyer, so... Isn't it? Oh, for each card in your opponent's hands, sure. I don't know. Didn't read the card, I guess. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, maybe I didn't read the card, and that's why we're going to play ours. We're just going to... We both discard, so we got to keep playing out our stuff. Good draw for Oppo. When you're top decking with a lot of land, getting that Omen to basically choose from your top 3 is pretty nice. Just so. And we did not end up with the Omen that I was hoping we'd find. So let's go ahead and at least get a card. I mean, we could have waited till it landed, Robert. It would still have sacked. In fact, we could have... but I want them to attack me. If they want to bring in the Huntmaster. Oh. Yeah. All right. Waiting on some of that removal we keep talking about. Not that we haven't had a ton of it so far. 3 good removal spells already resolved. Bottom. Man. Omen doing work. These are the subtle things these blue cards do. It's easy to... we didn't lose to Omen. If we lose this game, we're kind of losing to Omen. I mean, they found removal for our best creature and their bomb 4 turns early. And just like that, it's all flipped around on us. We really want to draw a blessing right now. Do we even, like, sack the thief looking for something here? I guess we're not that desperate yet. But it's close. Well, maybe if we had an omen, we wouldn't draw 3 lands in a row. That's what I mean. Like, maybe Oppo has used omen to put 3 lands on the bottom that we've just drawn. What you gonna do, Oppo, besides kill us with your top decks? Wow, Mama. Weird times. Got a long way to go before that. And we had a very strong advantage. Like 2 creatures to their empty board and like a card in hand. And this ever since this omen, Oppo has done nothing but play incredible cards. Some days Magic just makes you want to go back to bed. Now game 2, loser's bracket is the game plan. Oh, you top deck something awesome, Oppo? Huh. Huh. Weird. Well, try streaming Alucardio.
All right, everyone, chill.
Impending doom indeed. Yeah, thanks, deck. You're a peach. F you. Well, that was pretty unceremonious and rude of our deck to draw that way. Yeah, I saw Buckeye. Just not fixing that right now. You are crazy, James, yes. Again, all of the randomization is done with a fundamentally basic coding 101 algorithm. And anytime you're saying randomization seems off. You're saying the new shuffle seems incorrect, and that's just like not how that works. Like, yeah, like I don't even know how they would change it. Like, it would take a lot of work to just not use the new shuffle and do its thing. I'm gonna go with Hero. We'll keep highest power here is what I'm going with over Soul Reaper. We're not gonna activate this anytime soon. We hope. Sure, I guess we just swing out and Trickster. They're spinning their wheels a bit. We're going to try and apply as much pressure as we can before they make a stabilization play. Probably block in with the chain web here so that they can bring it back out of the yard soon. Yes, when I'm being really pedantic, Pocket, and I don't want to be corrected by people doing the missed form Ultimus type correction, I say sufficiently random. The new shuffle produces a sufficiently random result. Well, it may be, quote, complicated, but it's solved. Like, I mean, the code around it might be super complicated. And I'm not a coder, but I know that copy pasting isn't complicated. And maybe it's not as simple as that, but it's not that far off. Most of the coders I know say they code via Google, and they don't know how they do their job anymore if they couldn't just Google code. Yeah, sorry, let's see. The swing all on Reaper, making just getting into that. Okay, yeah. We gotta see what they want to block, if anything. We want to make more creatures rather than use Grasp to kill one of these. If they only had one creature, we would, because then we'd nullify Chapter 2 of the games. But they were going to get a big dude no matter what, so... Yeah, Mike points out we're just going to shrink this back down by 3 counters, and we'll be right back where we were last turn, with them not having great blocks unless they come up with something here. Well, the Marauder can just be killed, and then if we swing away, or we could just, yeah, this is, oh, this requires black. That's too bad. Can't do anything on their turn. Yeah, lifelink. I guess we just gotta reduce the lifelink, huh? We could also just drop the Triton right now. Yeah, Mike does point out that we have Reaper and Grasp after combat. Swing all but Reaper, and then we can Grasp after combat. If that basically says... Yeah, Thief can't be blocked except by this. So the Thief gets through. So that, yeah, and then we're willing to... One of these trades... Yep, I think Mike's right. Mike's got it. Not unusual. Mike has the right line. We're going to swing in with these 3. The Thief isn't really blockable by what they've got. They're going to be hard-pressed to not take the offer of 4 life with the Hateful Eidolon block. And then it's worth it for us to finish it off. You'd wanted to shrink the hateful before combat. Telegraphs what we're up to, gives Oppo some choices, but would still probably have a similar result.
There are some who call me Tim.
All right. If we don't play the Triton, we will lose it to untapping with the enemy. But with them at 10, this is a 2-swing-ish kill. Except no, it never would just die when we cast it. I'm glad I read cards. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It literally dies if we cast it, which is why we don't like this card, right? This card is not great because it is sometimes uncastable, as it is right now. Exactly. Enemy showing exactly why we don't like this card. And oh my god, Triton, could you just F off? Really? Thief does get in. They got nothing for Thief. So I guess we're just on the million turn Thief attack. Because actually Timoret says they have 1, 2, 3, 4 extra life. So they're at a virtual 12 right now. Would we ever have a moment to sack it for a card if it was a 0/0? Nah. It just doesn't give you a moment. It never stays on the battlefield long enough to interact with. I don't think so, Resonator. It's not a good card. They don't know we have it. It'd be weird for them to play around a bad card. Bad card. Play around a mixed value card. Let's... A card with varying impact on the game. This is best of 1, yeah. We want to draw a card off of one of these. A Triton is too valuable. Hierophant can now block this Temple Thief, which maybe means the Temple Thief is suddenly expendable, but I think we have enough removal that we should wait, because if we, like, find Blessing for the Thief, suddenly the Thief's getting in for 3 again. All right, Lamp Ad. Let's go for a card off the Lamp Ad. We could have gone for a Drain, but it feels like we're not close enough to killing them for us to try that attack. Do we want to trade off Triton here? Mike says sure. You want to trade with Trickster or Triton? Yeah, I guess the 3/3 does trade with the... They both trade with this, I guess, and this attacks better. That's all I'm thinking about. Yeah. Get to 2 spell at least. Maybe let's go... if we go Blessing on the Temple Thief on Timuret, then they have a block with the Hierophant, but it kills the Hierophant, and then we have another Temple Thief that attacks cleanly from there. You want to bless the Hierophant. I kind of like blessing Timmy. And then Hierophant is a trade for the Temple Thief. And then, yeah, I mean, we can go, if we go for the non-enchantment, you're saying, Temple Thieves are going to get there, because we could play another one too, and we can be attacking for a lot. So that's interesting, because we can go very aggro, get rid of the Hierophant, and basically put 5, attack for 3, and be attacking for 5 next turn. I'm going to put it here for sure. Yeah, I'm going to play the longer game here. Going for the Hierophant is trying to play a shorter game. Wow. Blown out. We didn't talk about that, but that would be a reason to go for the Hierophant. That might have just cost us the game. Still sending in and offering this trade, though. We have more blessings. No, Spider is not an enchantment. Oh yeah, that was Oppo punt. Thanks, Oppo. Magic's hard, Oppo. I'm with you. Certainly in my range. All right. Now we can set up Timuret, make him do the spider, and then we get the enemy out. Oh. Well, we'll see what they do. Unfortunately, we have no more black, but we got to cast this now and give them one turn to decide what they're going to get back with their Acolyte. I don't even care. They can get back Tim. I don't want them to get the spider. But I think they'll leave the spider because it's already got they have a better thing to get back with the shepherd. Too bad we flooded on red. If we had one more swamp, we would have had an incredible turn there to prevent all of this. More offers. Well, we got to take the offer for a Bleepus before the shepherd comes back, right? Like we just got to. And I guess we could offer the thief here. Like, I know that the thief has been getting through on the ground, but let's face it, we're going to stop the spider, but I don't know how much the thief is going to be unblockable from here. Right now, it's just running into the Acolyte. So, you know what? It doesn't get through Shepherd or Acolyte, so let's trade off the thief now. But I appreciate Oppo offering us that trade, because it'd be much worse to kill that thing when a Nightmare Shepherd is on board. And now, though, we have to spend our turn Timuretting away the answers to the Enlightenment. What was the other thing they had? Chainweb and Underworld Charger? It's not, it just looks like it. And that's what I was remembering when Mike first said that. I was like, oh, isn't Shepherd? And it's like, no, I remember. It just looks like it. Because black, unfortunately, it is... Oh, sorry. I should read cards. There it is. It's an enchantment. Apologies. I could have figured that out. Nightmare, right? Nyx, like it's a whole thing. Anyway, I like Impending Doom On this board, no, we're going to wait and put it on the Enlightenment. But we'll save the other Timurat activation. Yeah, and unfortunately, with the way Enemy of Enlightenment works, if we draw a land, we can hold land and Doom and then discard the land. But if we want to be able to Doom up Enlightenment, we need to hold our next card. All right, well, we did find the land we can hold to keep Doom available to us. And I think we should. We're going to play the Enlightenment and try and Doom it up. Maybe Oppo trying to get to 5 cards on their turn. Ouch. What a rough day of Magic. Interesting they went with that, though. I guess maybe they think they can get there from here. They don't know about our Doom. Back to bed, Razor. Well, that's interesting. I think we want to Doom and find something to kill, but I don't think it's going to be the Nightmare Shepherd unless we want to give up the Doom. We can we can kill the Nightmare Shepherd, but oh yeah, we can enter on our next upkeep. Well, I don't think we need the stop, but let's put the stop there. So let's Doom now and Shepherd, kill the Shepherd on upkeep. I like that play, Gita. Nice. Oh no, wait, who is it? Funky. Thanks, Funky. I'll do that. And then we at least have the intervention even in the meantime if we want it for something else. They could have. They could have. But if they do, we have the intervention for that play as well. But good call, Abernay. Like, we don't have much. We got to just play our cards and hope here. Oh, yeah. Brawls is a 1-1. Great point. So, Oppo's being pretty sharp. They probably saw that, but just realized that the Brawler is not going to get the job done. Thank you for that gift, Foil. Nice of you. Tough game, Abernay. We're all trying to find the lines here. Yeah, they got a lot of Lampad sacks, but we got some life if we need it. I think we're doing all right here. And the Nightmare Shepherd's about to go away. We hope. Don't kill it. Boy, I can't believe we're even in this, though. Oppo's got a great deck. They've been playing super well, so to even be in it feels like a luxury. Yeah, we got to trade off for that Brawler, although it only saves a point of damage. We could just wait and try to trade for the Forerunner instead. Mike wants to trade for it now. I was just thinking, Mike, like they get a 1/1 back and they still have the Trampler. Like maybe we just need to wait a turn and block the Trampler. That's true. They can sack the Brawl. They can sack anything and fight it. Okay. And it's gonna... Yeah, that's fair. Okay. That's fair. Ow, ow, ow. I don't think I need... I have a stop set. I don't think I need full control, but I did a stop just to be sure. So... we have to attack. We're at 9, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're kind of dead, actually. Because we have to attack, and they're not going to die to our attack. And we're going to die to their crackback. So we actually have to... Oh, we gained 5. Okay, we gained 5. Sorry, I was thinking the life gain was on the other axis. Okay, so we gained 5. Is that going to be enough? That gives us one more attack. Yeah, okay. So it comes down to whether or not they can find anything for this sequence, right? And we just attack twice with the enemy and hope it's enough. Yeah, that's the other thing. I think we don't gain the life if they sack here. So maybe they still get it. I don't know. We had to try. Maybe we were supposed to go after the Lampad? Now we're 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're dead. Good game, Oppo. You played really well. I was happy to kind of be in it through that, but man, you just had all the goods. All the goods in Oppo's court. No, you don't get the life if the spell fizzles. Basically, you may be thinking that it tries to do every part of the card that it can, but the thing is, the spell didn't resolve because it had no legal targets. If there were any legal target left, it would try to do as much of it as possible, but with no legal targets for the spell, it just actually fizzled. Couldn't block with Nightmare. No, I had to... that Doom Foretold forces you to attack. It's a forced attack. If I could have stayed back on D, we could have done something, but didn't. You know what? I was going to try and make room to save this deck, but I don't even care. If this deck isn't... I suppose if I 0-3 it, I should play somebody else, but... Yikes. Not a bad game of Magic, but we can't catch a break for a win. Alucardio could have saved 4 life for Kill the Shepherd on their turn. Well, then we wouldn't have the Doom, but then maybe that would have been good for us too. All right. Well, we're going to make something doomy on turn 3 if we can. Try to ride it out. And I guess with the play of a enchantment creature, we'll go with the Temple Thief over the Rage Hound. Although, one thing about the Rage Hound is it already has the drawback that Doom has. So there's that. Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do Rage Hound because it already has the Doom drawback. We go ahead and Doom now because the intervention in hand next turn makes for double blocking, awkward double blocking. I had an offline red, I can't remember it was red what, but it was red something, and it had impending Doom and two Rage Hounds, and basically I had enough removal that it put Oppo to the test of having removal immediately or not. And what I'm hoping is that they try to answer this Rage Hound by playing another creature and trying to double block it, and then we just get the intervention blowout and maybe even a scoop. Like, we're all in on it, and if we get an intervention clause to push it over the top, Oppo's not going to be able to come back. Shadow Spear. That's a powerful tool for coming back against what we've got going on. Yeah, looks like Funky had it figured out. They're looking to do the tap thing with the lionfish. We could kill the lionfish to prevent that. Yep, that's the line. We play a thief and hold up a 1-mana intervention if they try to equip the fish. Then we untap and kill the Philosopher. Or we... That's an interesting attack. I'm happy to offer this for whatever they've got. I'm going to try this. And I'm not necessarily expecting this to work, but if they do something, we do have intervention. Okay, I'll take this trade. Mm-hmm. Can't stop that. That kind of day, everybody. Yeah, I thought about the shrink, but we couldn't shrink it enough. That would have been a sweet play. Some people were looking like I did at wondering if we had enough mana to bring it under the 4 power clause, but we didn't. So we're back to Mogus. Keep up intervention. goodness. All right, will you equip that, please? Equip it. You know you want to put it on there. Go ahead and make a Rage Hound here, and we have Final Death if they try to equip the spear. Oppo in the tank. Huh. Okay, we're gonna let him have a Deuter. We're gonna exile the Philosophy Major. Should have done that after combat. No need to give him info while we attack, but I was just kind of F6ing. They 2-for-1'd us with the Hound Doom play, but we got a little bit of it back with the Commanding Presence. 2-for-1. Fair enough, Mike. What's it to equip? I could have made him spend 2 on their turn, says Mike. I got a little hasty. Oh, that's sorry, D. That's a Magic Online term. F6 was the old way in and Magic Online that you would indicate I want to pass the rest of my turn. All right, they've got Fishify coming, so we're gonna have Soul Reap ready. We don't want to Fishify Soul Reap and then not be able to do it. Looks like Shadow Spear is gonna take down the Rage Hound. And I want to leave this Soul Reaper. We could also just, yeah, if we eat the Underworld Rage Hound, we don't get to deal with the Fishify. So I'm going to attack with the Rage Hound. We'll accept the trade. And then play Thief and have Soul Reaper up. Or we can have, we can play Timuret and have the same Soul Reap up. I suppose we just do that. But then we put the Temple Thief out because we want to use the Fishify on not Timmy. Yeah, sorry. I was excited to play Tim, but no, we'll do that after the Fishify play. Thief doesn't get in now, right, Mike? Isn't it? it's not enchanted. You know. We'll play land. And yeah, we'll still pass. Gotta bait that Fishify before we play Timmy. Triton's nice. That should at least draw out the Fishify. In fact, actually, maybe at this point we want to draw out the Fishify with Timuret so that the Triton actually blocks the Brine Giant. I think Timuret just took second place behind Triton in our rankings of things we want to have Fishified. So I'm going to actually just play Timuret and try to save the Triton for that Brine Giant.
There are some who call me Tim.
If we want to get an activation out of Timuret, we are saying we don't want to bother drawing the card off it until next turn. But I think I will do this. I'm going to block and chump the Temple Thief. Basically, it's fine. Blocking and chumping doesn't matter. I want to draw, though. The Trample made that not matter. But we need some help. Oliver's not working on any memes. Now we don't have any choice in the matter. Good. I'm glad we're dead. What a miserable event. Some days the cards don't break your way at any point. I don't know if I have it in me to start another draft. Alucardio's giving me credit for tilt control, but I'm pretty damn tilted and don't really want to draft again right now, honestly. I will. No. I streamed way too long yesterday. If anything, I should go to an early close and work on other stuff. It's not. I'm not going to be good television if I'm super tilty. I could play this deck. I'm doing this so that I can save out the deck. If someone wants to battle me, I guess I'll battle again. But I don't think I want to draft again. But yeah, if someone wants to challenge me, I'll play one more with this from a challenge standpoint, but I could tell my Eddie Vedder story. Close. All right, well, somebody challenge me at this profile. We'll play one game, then maybe I'll tell my Eddie Vedder party story, and then call it a stream. Are you at what's your rank, AZ? Often, that can happen most often at the higher ranks where there aren't a lot of appropriate matches. Yeah, gold 4 is not that high in terms of that thing. It's not an insult. I'm gold 4 or whatever, but like that can happen. It happens more often at like Mythic and stuff. So. I want to give it one chance to win. Let's see if I can get one win off it. Maybe that'll make me feel a little better. Oh, sorry. That's all right. We'll cancel it out. Yeah, glad you are buddied, Hida, and we'll get a game in soon, I'm sure. Kind of want to get rid of the final death and just try to go Thief, Doom, Blessing, and it works or it doesn't. Are we on the play or the draw? I forget now, and it doesn't show me here. Somewhat matters. But I'll be a little greedy. Either way, let's do that. I'll be a little bit greedy. One land, we still have Thief into Doom. And there it is. Ragehound, late to the party. I'm gonna go Impending Doom here, though. All right, that's lucky. Got our blessing. Blessed. And Oracle seems to actually be a bigger threat to being able to trade off for the thief, so I'm just going to get rid of the Oracle. All right, now we need a land. If we do, we're in great shape. Land! Oh, we're lucky. Sorry, Tron, we're better lucky than good. This is kind of what I hoped the deck would do, at least. Just have so much removal that a doomed up creature could really do some damage. Maybe so, Hida. I was being all aggro. Now, though, we should have it unless they gain life, because we can just kill off the team here for the final 3. All right, 1 win for this deck. It's possible to win with it, at least. A little bit, Tron, thanks. A little bit. Let us go ahead and jump into soapbox mode, though, and say, all right, there you go, YouTube. I gave you at least 1 win with that deck. Disappointing event, to be sure. Sometimes Magic hands you those, even with your awesome decks. So, we got an 0-3 on a mediocre one, and we're going to lick the wounds and move on. We had at least a couple of the games were good. It's just they were that good. They were good in the way that was like dangling stuff in front of us and then snatching it away, you know? So, yeah, we got lucky. You didn't see Tron, but we were at 4 lands when we untapped and final deathed the Death Toucher. And it's like, well, either we'll draw a land and we win because we'll get rid of the Death Toucher, or we're not going to draw a land and we're going to lose because we lose our big beastie. But we found the land, and I got lucky against you instead of our randos during the event. But yeah, let's not be any. I've had a little salt here, but you know, 0-3s will do that to you. I'm already moving past it. What are you gonna do? Play better, draft better, I guess, and then let the chips fall where they may. And today they fell on 0-3. Sorry. See you. Catch you tomorrow, YouTube.